Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Friday, June 8th, 2018. And welcome back. Welcome back to the show. As you can see, we have kind of like a new schedule going on. It's a morning, so pretty much every time you see me now, it's in the morning. I got to update a bunch of stuff to, you know, you guys can get the idea. But I'm sure you guys already get the idea. So anyways, today, back to crypto talk, all right? We're gonna talk all kinds of crypto stuff as usual, and yeah, at the same time, I also figured like, well, let me also give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek to, you know, just daily life out here in a place like this. So you guys get both, you know what I mean? And then, you know, hopefully we can correlate it, or if not, we just talk news, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So today we need to get some water. So yeah, how do we get water? There's a bunch of ways, but I'm gonna show you the easiest way, all right? So now, next scene, you're gonna come with me real quick, all right? Fuck it, I just take the camera, all right? It'll be a lot easier. All right, so you see there, let's see if I can get you guys a little closer. So you see the bottle of water there? Let me get in there. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So this needs to be refilled. I have a thingy here that goes on top and it gets the water out. I'll put that together when I get this. Okay. So right now I gotta go to the corner store and get one of these things. Okay. So I'll jug it back. And it's funny. So I asked the lady that, you know, I'm renting the house from, hey, so, you know, how do I get another one of these, you know, deliver it or, you know, whatever. It's a big thing. And she's like, oh no, I just go to the corner store and get it. And she's like, I don't know, probably like 90 pounds wet, like, you know, tiny little. And so she said that, like, oh, okay, so that means I gotta go get it. Right? Okay. Because I'm like 3 times her size. Okay, I'm just fucking saying. Okay. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's go get the fucking water. The lady told me that the water is only 14 pesos, so you guys can do the math on that. Remember, it's $20, 20 pesos to $1, so less than $1 to fill that jug of water. So, but I'm gonna take a few bucks with me, okay? Not much. I'm just gonna take them in my pocket. I'm not taking my wallet or anything like that. Here's 10 pesos, and you guys, you know, you guys can do the math. 50 and 20. So I'm gonna pop this in my pocket. All right, got the keys. Let's head out. All right, guys. I'm on my way to the store. I don't think I can record inside the store. I doubt it. But anyways, yeah, it's just down the block, not too far. That way, the way I'm walking. All right. Alright, and we're back. Ta-da! Alright. So now let's put this together, alright? I'm gonna show you guys what's up and how the freshwater deal is. Again, 14 bucks. Alright? So again, like 75 cents, right? Give or take. Alright, so first of all, we look in the bag here and we look at what other goodies we got from the store. So we got some of these cookies and then some of these, you know. Okay, now we're done with that. So the next thing we got to do, the next is very important. So we got to open this thing. You know what, let me wash my hands first, okay? Give me 1 second. This water is not, let's say drinkable, potable water, but it's just as good as, let's say, something from the hose outside, okay? And again, try not to drink it, try not to anything. But regardless, okay? It's either that, or what are you gonna do? Have your grungy, nasty fucking hands from just all this shit that's outside of third world country, or, East LA, West LA, North LA, Milwaukee, you know what I mean? So now we're clean, we're dry, okay? This is 101, okay? That's all it is, and now we're gonna do the water, okay? Okay, we're back, and we're back. So by the way, this is the first time I'm doing this too, because when I got here, this was already prepared and done for me. So, but again, we learn as we go, okay? So, I'm gonna take this off. Okay. Simple enough. And then we got this thing. I already washed this, okay? It's already pre-washed. And then let's say we're just sticking it in there. And that's it. Ta-da! And then let's test it out, see if it works. Alright. I'm not gonna drink this water because it's a dirty cup. Now, granted, I should have opened it down here where I was gonna put it, but I was just trying to show you guys, but whatever, no big deal. Lift with your knees, right? And that's it. Ta-da! I have various water bottles in the fridge, all right? And I fill them up. Okay? There's the fridge. I don't know if you guys can see there. But anyway, you guys get the idea. All right? Look. All right. Cut. And that's how you squeeze water out of a bottle. All right, guys, so that was the water demonstration. I'm gonna do the vlog in a little bit. I gotta cool off. It's actually hotter in here than usual because I have to have the fan off. So that way you guys can hear me, because when I listened back to yesterday's vlog, I was like, man, that's pretty bad. So hopefully that's a little better. I'm also sweaty because it's a long day. It's the afternoon already, and I actually did a little workout before and the whole fucking nine. By workout, I mean I just walked a block. But anyways, yeah, speaking of which, I should do a little workout real quick. All right, guys, so I'll see you guys when I'm talking about crypto. The state of the crypto. Hey guys, well, I just got out of the shower after doing a little workout. It's already like 8:30 at night. Time just keeps kind of creeping out here in the sense that it just moves back. Sometimes it goes really slow and then it just creeps up on you and it's like, anyways, I hope you guys can see me. I was trying to put a light so you can see me better, but it was blinding me, so whatever, deal with it. I'm wearing this because it's hot as fuck. Anyways, so I was like, damn, I gotta get some dinner. It's getting late. I don't want to go out. I'm fucking lazy as tired. And I keep getting these, on the door for pizza, as we always do everywhere. So I was like, fuck it, let me take a look at it. And as I'm looking here, the prices are pretty crazy fucking reasonable. In fact, it's actually a lot cheaper if I were to sit here on my fucking ass and call for a fucking pizza and eat, as opposed to even take the bus and go to the taco stand and come back. And here, I'll give you an example of what I'm gonna order. For 135 pesos, right? Probably be like 140, whatever. Same price, again, as if I were to go out to get tacos minus the bus fare, right? But whatever, anywho. A large pizza with like 4 ingredients, half with pork and then the other half with al pastor, like the tacos. And then I'm gonna add some chorizo to it and some onions because, get that protein in there. And then you get garlic bread and you get a Coke. All right, how about them apples? I mean, come on. And again, it just reminded me of even back home, Like when you want to just get a pizza or even any kind of delivery, yeah, sure, you can just pick up and get any delivery from anywhere, but the point is that how much is it going to cost you? An arm and a leg.
Funny. That's real funny. Let me give you a hand.
Well, that's awful kind of you. How about you give me a standing ovation?
Why don't you lift me up?
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this one. You look familiar to me. Were you in Stomp?
Hey, you can kiss my grits.
I think I'll be the bigger man now and walk away. Walk away.
I'll go and change for dinner.
Okay.
I'll see you shortly.
Sounds good. I'll just run upstairs and jump into my jogging suit. I'll be right down.
I know you couldn't see my leg, but an arm and a leg. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, give me a fucking break here. So, and here, again, like I don't even want to eat it. Look, I don't want to order pizza because, again, I'm just trying to stay away from carbs. And on top of that, like, you know, I want to go out and experience everything. But then when I'm looking at the price, I'm on a budget. I went over budget yesterday. But so yeah, so I was like, well, fuck it, you know what I mean? And so like, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna order some pizza, see how it is, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's gonna be pretty good. It actually got 5 stars on Google, and the Google Maps. How fucking ridiculous, right? How fucking hilarious. I mean, anyways, I love it. I love how everything, you know, how technology has even infiltrated places like this and other places, and it's just really cool. So anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna smoke a fucking joint, hang out, wait for my pizza, eat that, and while I figure out a little research so I can record something so I can have an episode for you guys so you guys can watch. Well, you already know, you're already watching me. All right. Hey guys, so let's talk some crypto talk. Let's talk some economy talk. Let's talk about, well, why you subscribe to my channel to begin with, right? What we usually talk about. Well, I want to be honest with you guys. Ever since I've been out here, and ever since I've, you know, just, you know, been living out here and experiencing all the things I've been experiencing, and literally decompressing or detoxing from what is American culture and where I just came from and that whole fucking thing, it's been pretty intense. And you know, don't get me wrong, I still read my Zero Hedge. I'm still trying to, you know, as I'm doing my other work, you know, like listening to YouTube videos and, you know, all the stuff that I always do, you know, keeping track of the news, you know, reading crypto news, you know, doing all the stuff that I can, you know, just to keep up to date. That's what I love to do. Oh yeah, by the way, I mean, I do work. I'm a freelance photographer and videographer, and yeah, now I'm again, even though I am broke, I mean, I still have a job. You know what I mean? It's again, just mostly freelance work, and I gotta go out and you know, look for work, and you know, I get work and I do it. And mostly like when I'm in remote, let's say like I'm working remotely, it's a lot of editing is what I do for people, but I do everything, you know what I mean? And especially now that I'm going to be traveling a lot more, I'm going to dedicate myself to see if I can, you know, do more video and photography, and you know, for anyone and anything that needs it, and that whole thing. Okay, but anyway, I digress. So let's just keep talking about the economy and what's going on with that. Look, just being out, again, like I was just watching Lynette Zhang, and she was just talking about like, oh, we've hit X, Y, Z, you know, certain things, so much, what is it, like points that, you know, signify hyperinflation. Is hyperinflation here, blah, blah, blah. I'm listening to, you know, I was reading something on Zero Hedge when they were talking about oil in Venezuela and all this other stuff, and how, you know, that's going to start tightening production or whatever the fuck. And again, it's all fucking news. I didn't even read the whole article, but it's all fake news, because at the end of the day, when it comes to like oil and other commodities and all that bullshit, like the reality is that, again, look, what happened in the 70s and what happened and you know, not to like in 2008, 2007, where when the crisis really hit, we had a gas shortage, a gas crisis, okay? And so that's coming again. It's about to hit, okay? We're gonna have another one of those. As soon as the economy tanks, you know, that's one of the major things in which inflation is put into. You know, now, this time might be different. I think we're gonna get inflation and everything. We already have inflation everywhere, you know, in every aspect of what life is. But I really do think it's gonna like really crank up, and it's really gonna affect again, you know, things like oil and, you know, just basic commodities that we use on an everyday, daily basis. And again, when they raise the price of like food and other commodities, what they do is that you generally blame it on gasoline and oil. And so what they say is that, like, well, we got to raise the price on toothpaste because it takes, it costs more gasoline, or whatever, or petrol, whatever the fuck, in order to get it from point A to point B. Again, it's a lot more than just oil. If you really know, oil is like the main ingredient into pretty much everything. Okay, plastic is all, it's petroleum and et cetera, et cetera. So, we could just, talk about that and talk about the economy, talk about inflation, talk, the same old fucking bullshit that we hear all the fucking time, and we're constantly just hearing all over the same old shit over and over again. Sure, we learn a little something new here and there, but for the most part, I feel like, we're at a point where we're just preaching to the choir, and it's we're really like at code red, like any fucking second now, any minute now, things are about to fucking like really like crash and fall and like really hit the next level. So let's just talk about Merida, Mexico, and not just Merida, Mexico, but places like this of where I am at the moment. One thing that I really fucking, one thing that I really noticed about out here is that when I look up at the sky, I don't see any chemtrails anymore. I can breathe again. On top of that, like I used to think I had respiratory problems from, again, just smoking and a bunch of other shit. But ever since I've been out here, that's just cleared the fuck up, like for real. Another thing is I'm trying not to talk about 420 too much out here because I'm not too sure about the laws and that whole fucking scenario, so I'm just trying to keep that shit on the down low. But regardless, that stuff, again, I'm smoking a lot less, and yet I feel like I'm getting way fucking higher. And why? Well, simply because they fucking just like how they like grow it out here. They just throw some seeds on the fucking field, come back a few months later, harvest it, sell it. That's it. As opposed to like pretty much what's going on everywhere else where it's fucking legal. By the way, my back is just killing me. I was just doing a lot of heavy lifting today, and then I did a workout and that whole thing. So, but anyway, yeah, like I was just talking about, like it's kind of like a conspiracy theory, but it's really not. I don't think it is anymore. Why they're making marijuana and cannabis legal in the States, Canada, and all over the places because they want to control it. And again, why do they want to control it? Just like they control the food and they control pretty much everything else, medicine, you name it. And by them controlling it, they get to dictate, what they put in it, whether it's GMO. So for example, the fact that we have like lemon haze and fucking fruity pebbles and fucking lily confidential. Look. I know about weed, and I know about that whole fucking thing, and I know that there are certain strains and strains that come from certain areas and the whole thing, but, the reality is that we have like a gazillion fucking strains right now, and most of them are fucking just crossed, pollinated, or whatever the fuck it's called, and, the fuck you think that really is? It's really like GMO bullshit, okay? And that's that. Then on top of that, like how it's all grown, it's all a business now, so just like every other, commodity, or when it comes to like, every other, let's say corn or fucking wheat or whatever, the farmer now, because of regulations, taxes, you name it, all this stuff, they have to like really make a profit. It's not like it used to be, they have all these extra fucking expenses that they have to account for. And so when it comes for that, like, when it comes to that as a business, they have to really minimize, the loss. And so how do they do that? Well, they make sure that their harvest, comes out 100% of the time. So whether they got to fucking do pesticides or whether they got to do whatever it is they got to do in order to make the growth 100%. And again, as whatever they can't sell, they're lucky if they can sell it to the black market. But again, So, I mean, even when I was just leaving LA right now, like things were already getting out of hand. They were about to start taxing it. And again, if you guys are out there and smoke and you guys want to, talk about that and the whole taxing, how things are going out there, I don't think it's going very well, because when I lived in Seattle and things were, just medicinal, things were great. As soon as they made it recreational, it sucked. When I was traveling the country and I would go through, areas where it was already recreational, it sucked because of the taxes and how everything is prepackaged and everything is just like so fucking fake and like so plastic and so like not real, and it just sucked. And I thought that like I just had like I built up a high tolerance, and so like that's why I would smoke blunts after blunt, and just didn't think that I was getting, and I just wasn't getting as high as I used to. And then I come out here, and again, I was only like a day without smoking, so really not enough time to really whatever. And now just like a joint is like gets me to like another fucking planet. I've only smoked a joint today. again, that compared to a blunt, come on now. And so, you know, just things like that, you know what I mean? There's like a million little things like that where, you know, again, another thing, you know, even though like, even as like, I'm talking about like the food, you know, like in the last episode, this episode, and things like that here, and it's really, really cheap, you know, again, when we think about really, really cheap food where we're from, we're just thinking about fucking, you know, McDonald's and just fucking, you know, processed food. But here, it's cheap, but at the same time, it's like actually 100% organic. Like, it really is. It really, really fucking is. You know, like they don't sell eggs at the supermarket. Like you have to go to the market to get eggs, and that goes alongside with a lot of like, you know, if you're gonna get vegetables and all that bullshit, if you really want to get the good stuff, well, you go to the market, and then you just walk out another block or whatever, and you're in the supermarket, and then that's where you buy your, you know, meat, and you buy certain things that you're not gonna be able to buy there. And I mean, come on now. And again, when you eat at restaurants and all this other stuff, what do you think they're getting all their stuff? You know, all their produce and other stuff. And again, as a business owner, as a restaurateur, you know, seriously, it's a lot cheaper to get it straight from the farm. Now, again, things are different, you know, back where, you know, in civilized civilization, where, you know, the supermarket and, you know, the whole fake processed food is like what's affordable and what's cheap. And then when you want like real natural organic food, they have like a whole section for that. They got actual different stores for that. And then when you actually go buy that, like when you go to buy a banana, it's gonna cost you like an arm and a leg. I mean, seriously, and you know that, and it's like fucking crazy insane, you know. And that's not the case here at all. I mean, sure, they got processed food and all that stuff, but again, if you think the organic regular food is cheap, how much do you think that the fucking processed food is? Exactly. Like you can get like, you know, like, I think I talked about this already, where you know, like hot dogs and sausages and bologna and that whole fucking thing is like a major part of the diet out here, and I think it's just because of the poorness. But again, if you go look at the prices, you know, when you're at the supermarket and you look at how much these things cost, you can get like a whole thing of meat for like 20 pesos or something, for like $1. And so, you know, so like that's the thing. And so like when you go to get real meat, it costs you more like $4 to $5 per pound or some shit like that, you know, American. So yeah, I mean, that's like the difference, you know what I mean? Like it really is the difference, you know, where, you know, meat is, you know, again, still expensive everywhere. It's still cheap, you know, when we're paying in dollars and that whole scenario. When, you know, someone like me, thank God I'm a little lucky in that sense, you know. I get paid in dollars and I'm able to afford that, but I can, you know, you can see where even in a culture like this, very poor, they, you know, they gravitate towards, you know, fast food, processed food and that whole thing, because that's what they can afford. I mean, and you go to McDonald's and the McDonald's prices, and they're extremely cheap. You can get like a whole, you know, value meal for like 40 pesos or 50 pesos, which is again like a couple bucks. So yeah, that's the case. You know, that's that. You know what I mean? I can eat even cheaper if I eat fucking McDonald's or fucking bologna. But no, thank you. So yeah, I mean, you know, I guess, you know, we could, you know, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that the economy all over the fucking planet is fucked up, period, end of story. And the reason that things are fucked up here, I don't think really has anything to do with Mexico itself. I just really do think the fact that the dollar being the reserve currency affects pretty much every other country and nation. Therefore, that's why it's, you know, things are affected here. Because again, as I talk to, whether it's a taxi driver or the lady at the coffee shop or the bartender or whatever, they all know, they all understand, and they all get it. And I talk to like the typical American back home, and nobody gets it. Nobody understands pretty much anything that I'm talking about. And not everybody, but it's the other way around, you know? It's like 1 in 10 might understand it, and here 1 in 10 don't understand it. Okay? And again, I have yet to find anyone that doesn't understand it, to tell you the truth, okay? So, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna cut it short here. Hopefully, there's more news to talk about. The good news is that, you know, crypto and all that stuff is Bitcoin, Litecoin, you name it. It seems like we're at the very, very beginning of a bull market. You know, it's not going any lower. It just seems to be holding steady or going up. And as we know, you know, the news just surrounding the whole space as a whole is just positive and positive and positive and positive, and it's just a matter of time. It really is. And as you know, if you were around last year, which I think most of you were, you already know that this happens like that, you know, literally overnight. So, you know, again, all we can do is just sit there and wait, and then, you know, hopefully tomorrow we wake up and everything's, you know, up in the sky. But again, we don't know. All we can do is just sit tight and hodl for now. And that's it. That's it. I think it's really going to be a really intense summer and intense rest of the year. And yeah, let's just see what happens, you know, with everything, because everything really is cranking up. It really is hitting that next level in every aspect, you know, whether it's the economy, politics, the crypto space, you name it. It's all going. All right. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Okay. As usual, thank you so much for being here, for participating in this whole thing, for commenting, for, you know, for just being here with me. All right. Because as you know, we're in this together the whole way through. And I appreciate this just as you appreciate this. All right. Whatever. You know what I mean? So again, guys, thanks again for everything. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Please follow me on social media. Again, if you guys need any freelance work, hit me up. Whatever, all kinds of stuff. I know a few of you guys actually have already hit me up. So, you know, believe it or not, you already know. I've already done a few jobs for some of you guys out there. So that's pretty cool. You know how you know, the whole ecosystem works. So, all right, guys, the thing is blinking red. It's literally about to die battery. So I'm going to see if I can end this before it dies. And again, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys mañana. Muchas gracias.